By the word of Yahweh the heavens have been made, and all their host by the breath of his mouth.
Today's reading from the Old Testament, Leviticus chapter 22, verse 1 through chapter 23, verse 21. And Yahweh speaks to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, and they are separated from the holy things of the sons of Israel, and they do not defile my holy name in what they are hallowing to me. I am Yahweh. Say to them, throughout your generations, any man who draws near, out of all your seed, to the holy things which the sons of Israel sanctify to Yahweh, and his uncleanness is on him. Indeed, that person has been cut off from before my face. I am Yahweh. Any man of the seed of Aaron, and he is leprous, or has discharging, he does not eat of the holy things until he is clean. And he who is coming against any uncleanness of a person, or a man whose seed from intercourse goes out from him, or a man who comes against any teeming thing which is unclean to him, or against a man who is unclean to him, even any of his uncleanness, the person who comes against it has even been unclean until the evening, and does not eat of the holy things, but has bathed his flesh with water. And the sun has gone in, and he has been clean, and afterward he eats of the holy things, for it is his food. He does not eat a carcass or torn thing to become unclean with it. I am Yahweh. And they have kept my charge and bear no sin for it, that they have died for it when they defile it. I am Yahweh, sanctifying them. And no stranger eats of the holy thing. A settler with a priest and a hired worker does not eat of the holy thing. But when a priest buys a person, the purchase of his money, he eats of it. Also one born in his house, they eat of his bread. And a priest's daughter, when she is a strange man's, she does not eat of the raised offering of the holy things. But a priest's daughter, when she is a widow or cast out and has no seed, and has turned back to the house of her father, as in her youth, she eats of her father's bread, but no stranger eats of it. And when a man eats of a holy thing through ignorance, then he has added its fifth part to it, and has given it to the priest with the holy thing. And they do not defile the holy things of the sons of Israel, that which they lift up to Yahweh, or have caused them to bear the iniquity of the guilt offering in their eating their holy things. For I am Yahweh, sanctifying them. And Yahweh speaks to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons and to all the sons of Israel, and you have said to them, Any man of the house of Israel, or of the sojourners in Israel, who brings his offering near, of all his vows, or of all his willing offerings which they bring near to Yahweh for a burnt offering, you bring near at your pleasure a perfect one, a male of the herd, of the sheep, or of the goats. Nothing in which is blemish do you bring near, for it is not for a pleasing thing for you. And when a man brings a sacrifice of peace offerings near to Yahweh to complete a special vow, or for a willing offering of the herd or of the flock, it is perfect for a pleasing thing, no blemish is in it. Blind or broken or maimed, or having an oozing sore, or a defect of the eye, or itch or scab, you do not bring these near to Yahweh, and you do not make a fire offering from them on the altar to Yahweh. As for an ox or sheep that is deformed or stunted, you make it a willing offering, but it is not pleasing for a vow. As for bruised or beaten or torn or cut, you do not bring it near to Yahweh, and in your land you do not do it. And you do not bring the bread of your God near from the hand of a son of a stranger from any of these, for their corruption is in them, blemish is in them, they are not pleasing for you. And Yahweh speaks to Moses, saying, When ox or lamb or goat is born, and it has been under its mother for 7 days, then from the 8th day and from now on it is pleasing for an offering, a fire offering to Yahweh. But an ox or sheep you do not slaughter it, and its young one in 1 day. And when you sacrifice a sacrifice of thanksgiving to Yahweh, you sacrifice at your pleasure. It is eaten on that day. You do not leave it off until the morning. I am Yahweh. And you have kept my commandments and have done them. I am Yahweh. And you do not defile my holy name, and I have been hallowed in the midst of the sons of Israel. I am Yahweh, sanctifying you. who am bringing you up out of the land of Egypt to become your God. I am Yahweh. And Yahweh speaks to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you have said to them, Appointed times of Yahweh, which you proclaim as holy convocations, these are my appointed times. For 6 days work is done, and in the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest, a holy convocation. You do no work. It is a Sabbath to Yahweh in all your dwellings. These are appointed times of Yahweh, holy convocations, which you proclaim in their appointed times. In the 1st month, on the 14th of the month, between the evenings, is the Passover to Yahweh. And on the 15th day of this month is the celebration of unleavened things to Yahweh. For 7 days you eat unleavened things. On the 1st day you have a holy convocation. You do no servile work. And you have brought a fire offering near to Yahweh for 7 days. In the 7th day is a holy convocation. You do no servile work. And Yahweh speaks to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you have said to them, When you come into the land which I am giving to you, and have reaped its harvest, and have brought in the sheaf, the beginning of your harvest to the priest, then he has waved the sheaf before Yahweh for your acceptance. On the next day of the Sabbath, the priest waves it. And you have prepared a lamb, a perfect one, a son of a year, in the day of your waving the sheaf for a burnt offering to Yahweh. And its present is 2/10 parts of flour mixed with oil, a fire offering to Yahweh, a refreshing fragrance, and its drink offering is 1/4 of the hin of wine. And you do not eat bread and roasted grain and full ears until this very day, until you're bringing in the offering of your God, a continuous statute throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And you have numbered for yourself from the day after the Sabbath, from the day of your bringing in the sheaf of the wave offering. They are 7 perfect Sabbaths. You number 50 days to the day after the 7th Sabbath, and you have brought a new present near to Yahweh. You bring in 2 loaves of bread out of your dwellings for a wave offering. They are of 2/10 parts of flour. They are baked with yeast, first fruits to Yahweh. And you have brought near, besides the bread, 7 lambs, perfect ones, sons of a year, and 1 bullock, a son of the herd, and 2 rams. They are a burnt offering to Yahweh, with their present and their drink offerings, a fire offering of refreshing fragrance to Yahweh. And you have prepared 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs, sons of a year, for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest has waved them, besides the bread of the first fruits, as a wave offering before Yahweh. Besides the 2 lambs, they are holy to Yahweh for the priest. And you have proclaimed in this very day that it is a holy convocation for yourselves. You do no servile work, a continuous statute in all your dwellings throughout your generations. Today's reading from the New Testament, Mark chapter 9, verses 23 through 44. And Jesus said to him, If you are able to believe, all things are possible to the one that is believing. And immediately the father of the child, having cried out with tears, said, I believe, Lord, be helping my unbelief. Jesus, having seen that a multitude runs together, rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, Spirit mute and deaf, I charge you, come forth out of him, and you may no longer enter into him. And having cried and convulsed him much, it came forth, and he became as dead, so that many said he was dead. But Jesus, having taken him by the hand, lifted him up, and he arose. And he having come into the house, his disciples were questioning him by himself, Why were we not able to cast it forth? And he said to them, This kind is able to come forth with nothing except with prayer and fasting. And having gone forth there, they were passing through Galilee, and he did not wish that any may know, for he was teaching his disciples. And he said to them, The Son of Man is being delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him, and having been killed, the 3rd day he will rise. But they were not understanding the saying, and they were afraid to question him. And he came to Capernaum, and being in the house, he was questioning them. What were you reasoning in the way among yourselves? And they were silent, for they reasoned with one another in the way who was greater. And having sat down, he called the 12, and he says to them, If any wills to be first, he will be last of all, and minister of all. And having taken a child, he set him in the midst of them. And having taken him in his arms, he said to them, Whoever may receive one of such children in my name receives me, and whoever may receive me does not receive me, but him who sent me. And John answered him, saying, Teacher, we saw a certain one casting out demons in your name, who does not follow us, and we forbade him, because he does not follow us. And Jesus said, Do not forbid him, for there is no one who will do a mighty work in my name, and will be readily able to speak evil of me. For he who is not against us is for us. For whoever may give you to drink a cup of water in my name, because you are Christ, truly I say to you, he may not lose his reward. And whoever may cause to stumble one of the little ones believing in me, better it is for him if a millstone is hanged around his neck, and he has been cast into the sea. And if your hand may cause you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to enter into life maimed than having the two hands to go away into Gehenna, into the fire, the unquenchable, where their worm is not dying and the fire is not being quenched. Today's reading from the Psalms, chapter 33, verse 4 through 10. For the word of Yahweh is upright, and all his work is in faithfulness. Loving righteousness and judgment, the earth is full of the kindness of Yahweh. By the word of Yahweh the heavens have been made, and all their host by the breath of his mouth, gathering the waters of the sea as a heap, putting the depths in treasures. All the earth is afraid of Yahweh. All the inhabitants of the world are afraid of him. For he has spoken, and it is. He has commanded, and it stands. Yahweh made void the counsel of nations. He disallowed the thoughts of the peoples. Today's reading from the Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23 and 24. For the command is a lamp, and the law a light, and a way of life are reproofs of instruction, to preserve you from an evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
For 6 days work is done, and in the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.